I am live. I am live. Hello, everybody. It's Brenda Schwader. How are you today? It is Thursday. It is 2 p.m. Pacific, so you know what that means. Me coming to see you. How is everybody? I hope you can all join us. These are some of the things that we've been doing lately, just to kind of catch up on speed. If you're new to the show, I've been doing all aluminum wire, which has been just a great 6 months, you guys. And next week will be 25. This marks 24 projects. We have done them one per week. 24 projects, man. I feel pretty good about myself with that. Anyway, here's a project. This is a project that we did. Here's another project. So if you miss them, you can go back and watch any of these. This is the project we did last week. Yep. And this is the project we're going to do today. So I call this Pair of Cherries, but as you people who are so eloquent and so observant realize that there is only one there, so we're going to finish the other one today. Why did I put this up? Oh, okay. So I wanted to... Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, no, there it is. Okay. I thought some of the other ones that I loaded didn't come up, but they did. Good. I'm just looking in the wrong place. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And as usual, guys, I did a little pattern. So if you're unfamiliar too, or if you just need a refresher, every week, in addition to a brand new fresh project or one that's been renewed, I do a pattern for the jig for those people who have now that's a jig, or who someday want one, and so that'll be available for them. I do one for you guys who don't have a jig. So this is the pattern that we will be using today. Sort of might wimp out on you and just use the jig, and also everything you need, all the materials, all the tools right here, materials, tools, pictures, little ditty up here, and then also all these. Now these are going to be available for free. These, not the jig ones, on the Facebook group called Bead Projects and PDFs from John Bead. Okay, so get on over there and grab all those that you want. So those are the crystals. Right. Thanks, Sue. And by the way, good to see you, my love. Also, here's what we're talking about today. I'm working with 3 different colors, and these are how you will get the Preciosa crystals. Gorgeous, gorgeous crystals. This is a 5-inch strand. There's 15 pieces on, and these are 8 millimeter. This is our Siam, S-I-A-M, like Siamese, Siam. And these are AB. Look at that. So we'll be working with the dark, which is not dark, it's just Siam. But then we have the light. Light. Where did I put that? Strand, because I want to show you the strand. I guess I didn't put that in here. Anyway, let's go down to this one, this camera here. There we go. So these are the Siam, light Siam, and this is also an AB. And then if you look right in here, we also have the Peridot AB. Everything is AB today. And so it's a little bit hard to see the colors against all this bright colors of this Talavera pottery here. But this is what you can see you doing. Here's how they're worked up, you guys. So you know how some cherries are dark and some cherries are light. And I thought maybe we could get kind of a different one going today. But if I don't quit jabbering, we are not going to get to that at all. And so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I got my jig set up here. I'm just going to kind of run with it so you can kind of see, but I also want you to know that if you don't have the jig, again, we have this little guy right here for you to use. This just so happens to be the pegs that you would use for the stem. We have 3 setups. We have a bale setup, a cherry setup, and a stem setup. And right now I'm going to tell you that this cherry setup right here, I think this is a little long. You might want to shorten it up. Right now what I did is I left 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to make maybe a note of that. Open in here. And honest to God, I was feeling so bad about it, and I thought, you know what? I come out with one of these things every week. I think it doesn't have to be perfect. You guys are smart, and you can help with this too. So not that you said anything, but I was feeling so bad I had to buck myself up by saying, listen, you don't have to feel so bad. Okay, so working with all these awesome John bead tools here and cutters, and right now I'm going to work with green, plain old green, and I'm working with, this is the 12 gauge here, and then I'm working with the 18 gauge in both the red and the green. No fancy names, no peridot, no Siams, red, green. Okay, so I believe that I just need like 10. So you remember too that all of the measurements, you guys, are up on here what you need. The stem setup is like a 10-inch length, so I'll probably cut off 20. So you know I got that down. 12, something like that. But what I like to do, and because you can see right here as I started this, that I did a little bit of twist. Now, like the twist on the pattern makes it look so tiny, but because it's 12 gauge, you got a really kind of nice twist in there. And this is, you know, I kind of like to go with the aesthetic of the wire, that it's just a nice twist, and it's just right in there with the design. I kind of like that. So I hope you do too. So anyway, what I thought we would do is I'm just going to make this second one. What I'll probably do is show you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make these cherry things too. It's like each cherry has 6 of these, actually 7 of these, but the 7th one you do a little bit different. Okay, so you're basically making what I'm calling a segment. If you think of it as a segment, like an orange segment, it'll make more sense to you, because basically we're loading them all on to a central stem, aka long pit. And that's what we're going to do. I think it's pretty adorable, but you will have to see. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this guy is right away is I'm going to fold this in half, and again, all of these instructions are right in the paper instructions, all of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make a fold here, and you can see how easily, this is aluminum, so I'm easily bending this, and I'm going to take this down to this one little lonely 1/8 inch peg right down here, and I'm just going to do what I call a half twist, one half twist, and then another half twist, and then that is what is going to make my stem, which also is going to be the bale. And you know what, there's so little, I mean, just doing it with my hands, there's so little damage done to that beautiful soft little wire. So, you know, as much as you can, please do just work with your hands. You can see I'm kind of prepping this. So now what I've got here is I've got this little guy up here that I'm going to put right on top of there. And all I'm doing, you guys, is I am going to keep this kind of up here. Now also, if you want your swivel lock, there is a placement for that. I just kind of moved it out of the way for right now. And I'm going to go down like this. Okay, making everything nice and smooth. And I'm just leaving these bottoms, I'm leaving them open. Okay. And then basically that's what gives you this stem. Now they're left open because we're going to slip those cherry segments onto there, and we're going to do some finishing that way. Yeah, so far we've got this. Now, you can see basically I don't want to do too much hardening to this piece because I don't want this part where I'm going to be loading those segments on to get too crazy. So I'm just going to be real gentle. I still want to do some flattening and some tempering. By the way, see this? This is the piece that we did last week. None of my jewelry matches, but I just put on what I felt like wearing. Wrong emoji. Which emoji did you put down? Did you put a little? Oh, I don't see any bad ones. Sarah and I were going through. I don't know what we just had one that was a crying emoji. Maybe that was you, Mary. If I announced this on Sunday that I was going to be my, I don't know what, but yeah. So I guess it's no secret to you that I won't be doing the Great Bead Extravaganzas anymore either. I am taking part in the Throwdown Challenge because it's open to everyone, but I'm really taking this seriously. And as much, God, it was a hard decision. But you guys, you know, I need to focus. And you know what it's like for this artist to focus sometimes. And Mary, I haven't forgotten you. But I'm so unfocused, I can't get back to you. Okay, so we've got that stem done. Oh, a mad face. Oh, it didn't come through, so that's good. Thanks, Annie. And okay, so bye, Mary. Bye, Mary. Looks like raspberries. Marty, you're right. It could be a raspberry as well. And if we did them in like kind of a, oh, what's that reddish black Preciosa color? Ooh, I don't have my colors. It could be like a blackberry. We got this berry thing down, right? Okay, so let me show you how to make these segments. This is what I'm going to try to end up with here. And it's a little convoluted. I made all these off jig, and then I tried to pattern everything for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. So again, this might be a little bit crunchy. Okay, so let's do a couple with a little bit of a mixture between here, and just so you can kind of see what's going on, and then we'll go ahead and actually load all these guys up onto our other cherry. So there'll be two different colors, and then we'll see how that looks. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You are so sweet. I know. And I didn't tell Sarah Hannes until after the show, and I think she was a little shocked. But believe me, Sarah and I have a lot of stuff to do. Oh, so Dale said, thank you for asking. Dale said, so what will you be focusing on now? Dale, I'm going to focus on my found object jewelry and my steel jewelry, finished jewelry. And as I said, I love all of you guys. But I've been doing this. I think I've been doing, you know what? I've been doing live broadcasts for 7 years because I started 7 years ago. This bead and button, and this has been it. So this is kind of a good. 7's my lucky number. My birthday's on the 7th. Anyway, let's get going. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to build these segments on red wire. And basically I'm just going to chop off about 6 inches. You know me, it's 6 inches, but I'm going to chop off more. Just so I've got lack of wirephobia. Just so I can show you how these are done. Okay, so this is our 18 gauge right here. And what you're doing is that you have the pattern, but it was so much easier to just do these right on the jig because everything is set up. Anything in multiples, you know, we're going to want to set up right on there. And I'm just going to load on here both colors, okay? And I'm just picking, and I'm not even looking, and I just happen to get 2 of the light and 2 of the regular. Okay, so I span these right here onto it so I can build this link, aka segment, right on here. And then I'm going to pull it off. Of course, I didn't bring the lifter over here. That would help me pull this piece off. And with my chain nose, this is where I'm going to get in here, right? You can see right here, I want to get in here and I want to make this P into a lollipop on top, right? You can never do this too many times. We're going to go right through the middle, perpendicular to, and I know that I want to bend right on that side, and so I'm just using my finger and just giving that a little bend. If you look at it and don't think about it too much, for some reason that's a really tough one for people to get, but I think if you just look at it, it'll make sense. Okay, so again, I got 4 inches off of that side and wasting a lot of wire here, but it's all because I want to just make everything really clear to you guys. Okay, so this is how it's a barbell link, right? And you've got loaded on the crystals already. So I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to just kind of harden those links a little bit on the ends. Get my round nose and make sure that there's no gap in there. I'm going to close that up. And now, so you're probably saying, okay, so here we go. Already this is looking so much cooler with just this little dimension in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just like this way. And you'll see that's a little difficult to do, to make this like a 3D. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give myself a head start on this one. And I'm just going to take this guy and I'm going to bend it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to start making this into a U. I'm making sure that this piece and this piece are going to be lining up because they're going to be going onto a central stem, remember? Okay. But I think this will work pretty darn good because what I'm getting here is, and I'm not going to bend this side up yet. Can you see that as my finger's in the way? This one's going to end up bending up here. Now, if I haven't said it already, basically what I want to make sure is that you make 6 of these segments right here, and then the last one you're going to use as an anchor point, and I'll show you that in a minute, but I just want to show you one more time how I'm just bending this guy around here, nice and tight. Remember, we got to keep this on the same plane, so I want to keep this nice and tight here. And then I'm just going to pick up 3 and not even looking, hopefully I'm not getting green ones, and I'm just putting them on how I want to. You remember the first, Sharon. It wasn't that cool. Whoops. Okay, we're not doing that one because it fell on the floor. Dale, you're so right. It's so exciting to be creating and inventing. And, you know, that's sort of my shtick. And Sharon said 7 already. That's so sweet. Sharon, you and I have been together a long time. Susan, the guide, or 2. If Susan's still here. Some people come and go. Penny's one of the people that have watched for a long time too. So many friends. Okay, I'm pulling this off of here. Now, you might be wondering, like, should you do like a wrap loop? Yes. Love you, love. On this, I don't know if it's really, you know, I'm one of those people like, if you don't really need to do a wrap loop, why? I don't know. So I'm doing this again. And it doesn't matter like if both the openings are in the same direction. I'm just kind of getting in here again and making those lollipops on top. Try not to have everything go on the floor. And I know I'm leaving you guys in good hands. I mean, the Great Beat Extravaganza, I mean, that group is on fire. I mean, it was really, really a hard decision for me. I'm like, you know, it's just I just have to focus. I just have to focus. And it's hard for me because I get like, oh, I want to be with everyone, you know. It's like the FOMO, where you're like, fear of missing out. I just want to be in with everyone. I love Kate. I love all you know, the Green Girl people, Allegory Gallery, all. I know I'm gonna miss. I shouldn't even start going down the line because I'm gonna miss someone and I feel bad. Heather Powers is a part of that group. She's amazing. But it's time. Brenda time. So I remember all these steps. I'm just doing, and I'm not going through them again, but I'm just kind of like putting that up, and then I kind of want to curve this one, but first I want to kind of make sure that those are all up there. Okay, that is going to be a really cool cherry. I'm going to have to finish this one to show you guys later on. So anyway, so you're saying to me, what the heck, Brenda? Now what do we do? Luckily, there are 3 of these light cyan. Oh no, we need 3 of the dark cyan to finish this guy. Okay, because we're just going to have 1 cherry that's all dark. So I'm going to just put these right here for us. And I'm going to give myself like 7 inches this time for this one. Probably more like 10. Because here is the thing. Now, I did this a little bit differently this time because I want you to see I'm just going to walk you through this a little bit first. We're going to go back to here. And so this is what I did first, is I just, that time I didn't bend anything up first because I'm trying to figure out the best way to tell you this, how to do this. But what I did is I just loaded all of these on my cherry stem, right, from the bottom. You can see the bottom there in the upper right-hand corner. And so I loaded them all on. There's 6 of them there, right? So that ours will look differently because they're already right angle bend at that point. Then here's where it gets a little tricky. It's not really, but it looks tricky. So what you're going to do, it's almost like knitting. So I took that first one, the first one I loaded on, and I took the bottom loop and I curved it up and I loaded that one on. Okay, and you're going to want to kind of just keep kind of smushing those and finessing that. And then the next one I did was I took the second one. Can you see now that there's only 3 left? No, 4 because I'm only doing 2. There's only 4 left in my palm, but you can see 1, 2, 3, and they're skewing a little bit. They're layering diagonally a little bit. So you can see that if you look really closely, there's 3 at the very top next to my thumb knuckle, and then if you look down below, this is the best I could get for this picture, 3 more. So they're basically making those orange segments to make this cherry. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do it IRL, in real life. Okay. So, because we got to show you how to make the cute little leaf too. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these guys aside so I don't do that. And this one, okay. So this is the one that I had started. Okay. Let's get these in the same shape, pretty much, that I just showed you to do them in. It's not hard, you guys. It's just a little bit to put together, and that's why I kind of waited till the end to do this one. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to bend this guy up so he's kind of in the right orientation. 3. Let me know if there's any questions or comments. Oh, Facebook cut out where? Now where are you coming from, Sharon? And actually, for some reason, I had my top-down camera quit on me for Facebook Great Beat Extravaganza. I was already done with it, but remember it cut out last time too, so I might have to reload. I'm gonna have to find out from StreamYard what is going on. Okay, so remember how I turned a right angle to each one of those ends. Okay, so this is gonna be where you watch me fumble a little bit. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load one on. That one's opening a little bit. Close it up. 2, 3. Please, Lord, let this work. Oops, see that second one wanted to come on. 3. Oops. 4. 5 and 6. So remember that those were all, you know, pretty long. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shimmy these up next to each other because I want there to be very little. Come on. This is kind of on the wrong side or something here. I want to kind of shimmy them up next to each other so that they're all kind of, you know, because we don't have a whole lot of room to do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and around, okay, with this one, and I gotta almost like if I had those like knitting needle things where I held this back, held these on, it might work a little better. But I'm coming to the end and I'm just going to slip this one on. This is sort of like, and so now I'm going to grab that second one from below and just kind of manhandle it along a little bit here. Take that one off and then push that one to the side. Grab the third one. Go to the end. Put that one on. That's your fourth one. I'm going to go to the end here too. It's getting a little crazy. And flipping that one over. Okay. If this is your first, Brenda Schroeder jewelry, this is probably the hardest thing I have ever shown you how to make. Okay, and then this is the last one, and I'm kind of just gonna, you know, push that up there. Now you're like, what in the world is that? Which is what I'm saying too. So I'm just gonna keep pushing things together, It's starting to form. Pushing things together, pushing those pieces into circle, into the middle. Okay, I kind of want these cherry pieces to all kind of go. Now you'll kind of see that basically these are all a little bit of a diagonal. There's no way with the way these are going on that they can be, you know, that they can be on there exactly symmetrically done. So we got that done. That was the hardest part. Woohoo! We're going to finish it this way. So I've got, yeah. So I have to think about this. What I want to do next is I'm going to grab and I'm going to position, like, where do I want this cherry? Do I want it up here? Do I want it a little bit lower? And I think I want it a little bit lower, you know? And then what I'm going to do is I would cut it at this point with a 1/2 inch left down here. And I am going to make a right angle with that 1/2 inch. And I'm going to form another plain loop with a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch or maybe 5/8, something like that. Yes, my dear. Guess who walked in? Are you going to tell me a cute kitten story?
No.
No?
No.
Are you going to tell me that I did something wrong? Oh, you got your aqueduct. Come show everyone. Hey, you guys. So I'm being such a good wife that I got Jim an aqueduct for his for your birthday. That's huge.
Yes.
Oh my God. So if you guys are familiar with, thank you for bringing that out here. If you're familiar with Sharon Massey, she did this awesome aqueduct knuckle buster ring, which I'm sure was a lot smaller than that one.
It's not this size.
And I was like, oh, he would love that, but it got sold. And this was all during COVID and blah, 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 blah. So she said she would make him another one. And so, because why do you like aqueducts?
They're cool. But this was in Rome. There's a city park called Aqueduct Park with 5 aqueducts come together. It's really big.
Yeah.
Cool. And I took a picture of this fragment of an aqueduct. So they have an aqueduct and they broke it down in fragments. So you can see it's broken off in pieces.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite pictures. It's also one in which we were standing here.
Right.
And a bunch of sheep came through. But it was a cool piece.
Right.
And so I always liked that picture. And so I sent her the picture and then she duplicated it.
And she made it like rougher at the top and
Yeah.
everything. Ooh, it's hollow.
Yeah, the broken edges off to the side. She's got all the little tiny brickwork in there.
Right.
You see that?
She
This is
she
incredible.
sent me a glamour shot of it, so I'll have to post that for you guys later to see too. So
she even replicated the top, which is kind of cool.
She just sent it out yesterday, and we've got it already. Yeah,
so
even
that
the
center
top
part would have been where like the holes where the water would have ran through. She kind of tried to replicate.
Oh my gosh, she really did a wonderful
did.
job. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so I thought I'd bring that up for you.
Thank you. That was very nice. But we do have to get going here. Whoops. Susan said she loves the different points of view as you moved it around. Oh, and Sharon's saying she's sensing a Roman theme here.
Let's see with
From the cats. Yeah, I introduced the cats to everyone.
Yeah.
So.
The big statue of Augustus Caesar I have in my office.
Yes.
So there's a lot of Roman stuff.
Yeah, we're not an ordinary couple. So anyway, so I did this this right angle. I'm going to try to get in here amongst this cherry here, and basically I'm going to make a nice shoot. Yeah, oh, it's already on. I'm like, I lost track. I'm like, oh, I got to put the cherry on first. It was already on, remember? So I'm going to make this nice lollipop on top. And then what I'm going to do is that becomes the stopper. At first what I did was I thought I did the stopper like this at the bottom, but I didn't like how that was because it wouldn't be like that on a regular cherry. Plus this one gives just a hint, and this helps us to do what we want to do. And so I'm basically going to make that into a right angle. You can kind of see here, so that that is going to stop the cherry from going down any further. And actually, I'm going to kind of tuck it up a little bit further. Okay. So here's where the 7th segment comes in. I already did this. And before I go too far down here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wind this around here just to give myself an anchor point. It's interesting because this is probably the hardest one I've done, but the instructions didn't show that. Okay, so I'm kind of coming through the bottom just so it's anchored here. And then this is what's going to keep the cherries, right, from going too far up. I want them to stay down. Okay. So this cherry is a little bit of a flat cherry. Maybe yours will not be as flat. So I'm going to load on these 3 dark crystals again. But this one is, and this is way too much wire, but I like having enough wire so that we're not like, you know, creating carpal tunnel. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pry these open a little bit so that I can fit in another little segment here. And I'm kind of hiding that little area. That area of wire. And then I'm pushing all these down and wrapping this around here as tightly and as aesthetically pleasingly, which is a hard thing right here on camera, as I possibly can. Okay, and what I might do too, wow, I'm going to back up and try that again. Yeah, there we go. There we go. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So that was kind of a hard thing because you want to get everything to, you know, you're shoring up all your 3 crystals, your Preciosa crystals, but then you're also shoring and making sure everything's down at the end of the stem. And I'm just going to give this one more little thing. I might even go back down into the core of the cherry, but for right now I'm just going to try to get a nice little clip on it so you can kind of see we can move along. And actually we're not making too bad a time for how this is, how complicated this project is. Okay, so there we go. And again, I can just use my fingers and my manicure to get that on. And you know, you might want to putz with it a little bit more, but basically you've got that cherry. It's pretty cute, that cherry thing. Now you might want to have a mixed colors in both your cherries instead of having one that's so different than the other on the same stalk, but you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to make the leaf. Very simple too. So basically you're just going to take another like 6-7 inches of the green 18 gauge. Anna, you're so cute. You're hungry for cherries now. That's so cute. Yeah, my mom was like, we pretty much spoil you, Janet, if you're watching. And she was like, I have a taste for cherries, Jim. They're on sale at Fry's. Well, they weren't on sale at Fry's, which is good because Jim does not like to shop at Fry's. Does not like to buy his underwear at the same place he buys his bread. So he went to Safeway, and they were on sale there. So Janet got her cherries at Safeway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on this one. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to anchor that green wire in through this bale, and then you're going to add this. Now, this is a little 5 anchor leaf, or 5 crystal leaf, and this is again in the peridot AB. These are 8mm case. But we're going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we have 7 in here. So this is how we would do it on this other guy right here. Okay. So basically what I want to do is I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to kind of follow in. What's nice is that these guys both match, right? So you've got the matching green. By the way, you guys, I always forget to tell you this. If you and I'm just kind of anchoring it here. If you make this, I'd love to see it. Okay, so I'm just anchored that, and I'm just going to give it a little snip again, cut it real close. See, there we go. I don't know what happens, why it does that, but I can show you up here, right? Because it'll take me like 3 minutes to load it back up. So I'm just going to StreamYard's going to hear about this. It's going to load 7 on, okay? And this would be the same for the 5 one. Basically, that first one up is going to, between the first and the rest of them is where you're going to do your anchor point for the leaf. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what you would do for a small leaf. We're going to try to do a larger leaf. And we're going to shore them right up to that little place where we just cut off. Okay, so now I'm going to just try to 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to shape this into a leaf. If you wanted, you could come back in and, you know, and kind of fill this in with some others, but this way you'll have sort of a little leaf shape that's a little hollow. And you can see right here between the top and that second one, I'm just going to, let's see if I can kind of give a little bit of a shape space in there and go around once and twice. Once probably is enough. Twice is insurance. Pretty cute, if I do say so myself. So Annie had snowshoe for 12 years, and she was snowshoe, beautiful cat. These are beautiful breeds, very low. So tell us, I'm gonna have to look this up. Jim was like, we were actually looking into Maine Coon cats, and believe me, there are scams out there for Maine Coons. They have these cute little pictures like, hey, spend this amount and you can get a Maine Coon. And we're like, well, it's kind of much, but we want a Maine Coon. Scam City. So tell me, Annie, what a snowshoe cat is. That is so cool. So here we got, you know, kind of a bigger leaf here, and maybe you want to make one that's like this and one that's like this. Maybe we could show, like, how can we show this? We'll put it in back. So here's this one, and here is here's the bigger one. I don't know. Yeah, I think you could probably fit at least one in here, or definitely smaller ones, right? So it's right, we're working with all 8 gauge, so you could probably fit, you know, 8 gauge, 8 millimeter. You could probably fit some smaller ones in there. Maybe you want to do a little bit of darker green, but anyway, so that is your larger leaf there. And, you know, if you wanted to, you could anchor it lower down too, depending on what your aesthetic is. But I'm pretty happy with the way this cute little cherry thing turned out. I might want to fluff up my cherry here. This one's, like I said, a little bit maybe more flat than this one, but maybe not. Maybe it's just showing differently because it's a little darker. Thank you, Dale. Dale says, so pretty. And Annie's explaining dark markings on their faces and white markings on their paws. Oh my gosh. So not like a Siamese where they have all the same color nose and paws and ear tips, but differently. Ooh, that might be a little hard. And Debbie's saying Maine Coons are sweet and beautiful, but they have some heart issues and can die very unexpectedly. Oh, that would be, I mean, already we're just like our little Lucius has a little bit of a distended belly, and we knew that going in. So after this, we're going to take him to the vet, actually after my 3:30. So I'm pretty darn happy. I think it turned out pretty cute, and it's a big pendant, but you know me, I like big. It'll be a little bit too heavy for an earring. It's you know, the crystal's what's going to make it heavy. Maybe you want to. They got all kinds of different ear things going on now here. Let me see. I got big enough ears that we could. How's that? Cute. But yeah, you can tell it's got a little bit of heft to it. But I'm pretty proud of the way it turned out. It's pretty darn cute. These little cherry clusters here. And then, as I said, maybe I will make you guys another little single cherry off of this guy here, because I got some crystals left, and then I'll make it variegated with the two types in one, so you can see how to do that. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, double cherry retro fruit images are the favorite, right, Debbie? That is amazing. It just says summer, right? Summer, just like a piece of watermelon says summer. Those are some of the favorite motifs ever. So, okay, I am going to show you, let me see here if I can not, I want to give you this. Let's see here, where is this thing that I want to give you? Bear with me. Okay, here is, hopefully you are already signed up, but if not, I would love you forever and ever if you sign up for my blog. I've been a little quiet on my blog lately, but that's going to change. So here's the blog link. And then I also, looks like it went through. I also wanted to give you, let's go back to here, and that's the landing page to register. And then I did want to give you the Instagram link if I could find it too. Insta. And there's the bio. Yeah, it's not in here. I can see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'll just give you all the handles and you can pick the one you want. Here is copy, so we're going to go down here. This is so cool that you can do this off the computer. So everything is right in here. So the second link down is the Instagram link if you guys want to. I'm giving you that now because in just 26 minutes I'm going to be going live with Max, and when we're talking about this little ditty over here. Boop, boop, boop. You can see, you might have been wondering, what is that? So that is the piece, that's the mop head piece, the 6th in the series of 8 that I just finished. So I'm hoping that you will come and see what Max and I are doing together for our collaboration. Mwah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you from John Bead. And as I have said, those free templates, if they're not already available, they are in the file section at Bead Projects and PDFs from John Bead Facebook group. And I already told you about Instagram. And also, if you do need something that you can't remember from some other link or didn't want to bother looking for, you can also just ask the nice folks at John Bead at info@johnbead.com for some help, and I'm sure they will help you. Very, very cool. Also, don't forget to get your patterns and templates for the jig at brendaschrader.etsy.com, and any jig stuff that you might think, because by July, all gone. Alrighty. Thank you, Sharon. You are such a love. Mwah. All right, I am going to have a little drink and maybe go pet a kitten. And I will see. Oh, we got to do a little test with Max and get set up for that. And then we will see you soon. Over on Instagram, at Brenda Schrader Jewelry. All one word. Love you guys. Thanks for coming today. Adios.